KD8HNF. This is KD0WTE returning. Yeah, likewise, we had a front come through last night and actually yesterday afternoon through the evening, and it was quite interesting. Made some pop-up showers, and up north by Decorah, Iowa, it actually sparked some severe thunderstorm warnings and such. And then I noticed that one went all the way up to Green Bay and further up north. That was a whole big line that came through. So I bet that came through your area this morning and left a good trail of ducting behind. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's funny. First time that I've talked like this here, so it's kind of an interesting situation. But yeah, just a question: are you doing any of the national parks on the air chasing or activating?
No, I am not. Every once in a while, I will participate just casually to increase the number of operators on the air, but not usually. I was going to try and participate in last weekend. I think it was, yeah, should have been last weekend's contest on VHF Up, and didn't get the time. I was kind of disappointed in that, but yeah, that would have been a lot of fun, especially with the big beam that I have. And yeah, as far as conditions go, these are amazing conditions. The repeater is actually stronger than a couple of my locals, and it's touching 10 dB over now and staying there, so that's pretty good. I'm running 65 watts, by the way, into an omnidirectional vertical made from LMR 400, and feeding that antenna with about 15 feet of LMR 400, so very little loss and basically no gain, but yeah, what can I say? It's doing the job, right?
Right. I see. You said that you have like a homebrew antenna made out of LMR 400?
Yep, that's affirmative.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's really doing the job. Wow.
Yep, it's just a quarter wave ground plane antenna. This antenna has got me 392 miles before. I worked a guy that was about 5 miles away from the Oklahoma border. He was November 0 Mike Uniform Alpha, and I talked to him on this antenna and at 65 watts FM, and to this day that still remains my furthest contact on FM. Simplex, go ahead.
Now, how long is that antenna, and then how high in the air do you have that?
It's pretty much just like a 19-inch whip, so a quarter wave ground plane with 4 radials coming off each side. And I apologize for the crickets in the background. They've been serenading me all morning. Anyway. The antenna is about 15 feet off the ground. It's actually in my attic, so if you can imagine, there's a little bit of attenuation there, but it still gets out really well because my QTH is quite high. I'm up on top of a hill, and I'd like to say that I'm 25 to 50 feet above surrounding average terrain, and that helps a lot, having that extra elevation. Go ahead.
Wow, it doesn't seem that it's possible, but like you said, you've been doing it other times, and so it's kind of neat that you're in the location where that will take place for you.
Yeah, on a normal day, I can get 40 to 50 miles out, sometimes 60 miles from my QTH without good conditions, but yeah, when the conditions are in there, I never know where it's going to come from. It's quite amazing this morning. Go ahead.
I'll tell you that it's amazing that you're basically just. How did you figure out? Did you have to put in the repeater and stuff like that, or was you running simplex, or how did you happen to try this particular repeater?
And KD0WTE here. Echo November 41. Yeah, to answer your question, I was going to listen for a beacon on 144 decimal 297, and that's the WD9BGA beacon. It's an actual CW mode, so it just sounds like a alternating hisses in FM mode. But yeah, anyway, I was tuning down there in VFO mode and came across a signal, so I went back, and it was a repeater on one of my local frequency repeater, allocations or whatever, and I was like, that repeater seems a little weak. I wonder if it's some DX or something on 2 meters. And so I did a tone scan, saw the tone was 94.8, and so I programmed in that tone, because this radio has a tone scan on it, and fortunately your repeater has tone out as well, so I was able to scan for it and get that tone, and here I am.
Yeah. Definitely amazing. That's funny. Yeah, wow. And you was able to pick it up and find it. That's great. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do that, but that's great. So, all right, I'm at my location. I'm going to have to say goodbye. I appreciate you coming back to me, and I'll put you in the log. Hopefully, someone else will get you before you get out of here. KD8HNF will be clear and out.
All right, take care, Bob. Thanks for the contact. Yeah, it's been fun. And the repeater's staying in there at 10 dB over now. It's just amazing. 73, Bob. Take care. KD8HNF, KD0WTE, Norway, Iowa.